Hi everyone, this is Spectre again, and thank you for joining me for another rambling / drawing session. Gonna go ahead and make another video. This time, I'm gonna do human tack for you guys. I debated whether or not to do this one, but I thought, well, because I didn't do a Zim video for him and his human look, but tax is really different from the Aaaaand look, so I thought I'd give it a go. And besides, I find drawing it to be pretty fun. So, let's start with that. And let's see if my camera doesn't die on me this time. I actually tried making a video of this already once, and my camera just so I don't really know. I guess I didn't charge it or something long enough. So we're gonna try this again, and hopefully this time it goes a little bit better. And sorry if this thing is always focusing in and out every time I move. It tends to do that. But I'm not exactly using a professional camera here. Yeah, I wish I had one that had better sound and better focus, whatever, and a better rig and everything, but doing all this pretty amateurish, so forgive me. As always, I start with the eyes. And I guess for me, I never really set up any guidelines unless I'm drawing a character in a scene or drawing them differently from how I would in other standard poses, I suppose you could say. Then I'll probably go ahead and do like baselines and basics. Oh, look who's back. Do you mind? Can I do one video without you sticking your face in here? You're really not helping. I know you think you are, but you're really not. Get out of here. I'm sorry I have to interrupt every 10 seconds to play with my cat, but she is irresistibly adorable, and I really don't have a choice. You don't know. This cat. Well. She likes to steal the show. She thinks this is her show. So basic pose for you here, basic facial expression, pretty much your standard tech, and please, Lucy, no. You're not helping. Okey-dokey. So what am I gonna ramble about today? Well, life is going pretty good. I'm really busy in school right now. We got so many projects to do. It's not even funny. I'm surprised I even have time to sit down and make this video. Actually, but I'm happy. It's pretty cool. I got a pretty cool art teacher, and I think I'll get it all done eventually. It's just gonna be harder to do personal art for a little while. Although I'm sure I'll slap something up on DeviantArt once in a while. Okay, I'm gonna tack those eyebrows, and she's like one of the only people in the show that has eyebrows. Interestingly enough. I think I didn't make her head quite high enough here. Let's fix this. In this case, maybe I will draw some guidelines in here. Oh, my eraser's messing this up. Oh god. I hate my pencils sometimes. Yeah, kind of draw her head in a little bit lightly so you can just sort of see where things go. And if that helps you, then do it, by all means. Whatever works, because these characters can be a little tricky to draw if you're really not used to the style. Okay, but you go away now. Jeez. I love her to death, but yeah, she's annoying. And like, let's see. I want to thank everyone for checking out my comic that I'm doing on DeviantArt right now. My Alice in Wonderland parody starring Dib. You just, oh, I am such a huge, like, Alice nut. You guys have no idea. I have, like, just, oh, like, almost 100 books, just different illustrators. I collect Alice stuff. It's always been, like, my favorite fairy tale story. And, definitely wanted to do a comic, a crossover with Invader Zim at some point. And I've been working on it for quite a long time, and it's my baby. It's just, it's just been a dream of mine to have, like, this idea in my head that I've had for so long become real. So I just want to thank everyone who's checked it out, and if you haven't, I hope you'll go give it a look, because, well, you know, it would be nice. But yeah, thank you guys for that. Yeah, I'm a huge Invader Zim fan, but I'm also like this really just big Alice in Wonderland freak. You guys have no idea. And so to have those two fandoms that I love so much just mushed together, it's awesome. Seriously, it's pretty cool for me to see. So, anyway, rambling. Well, why don't I tell you guys why I like Invader Zim so much? You know, you might be curious about that. You know, what drew me to the show? Where did it all start? This legend. Well, of course, the first thing I really noticed about Zim was the style. I guess it's such a long time ago, because I've been a fan since 2001, when it first came out. But I think it looked interesting. The concept seemed different from other shows, so I thought I'd give it a look, and I just noticed the style it was done in first. It seemed simple at first. The characters didn't seem too complicated or anything as far as visuals, but the more I watched it, the more I just started to notice how different it really was. How angular, and especially with the angles, in the backgrounds and the detail that they put in. I mean, the angles were all cinematic and gorgeous and unexpected. It wasn't flat looking. Just the, darn, what was I? lost my train of thought. Sorry about that. But yeah, the detailed backgrounds, which I hate drawing backgrounds myself, but I truly appreciate it when the time is taken to make them look really good, and Invader Zims always look really, really good and really detailed, even just for quick shots. They always make it look really nice. And the colors in the show too, the palette was just beautiful, like dark, and except when they had like red on the show, and the red was always really vivid, and I just always really loved the colors in that show. Purple, a lot of dark blue, turquoise, beautiful stuff. And the next thing, and I also noticed, at least up until that time, I had never seen a show integrate 2D and CG animation so seamlessly. Maybe Futurama, that's about the only other example I can think of, but it was just gorgeous how they did it. Like in the first episode, when Zim's building his house, they pan around it, and it's obviously CG animation, but, well, I shouldn't say obviously, because it really blends in really well with the 2D animation. So, alrighty, we got Tack's head now, and let's see. And of course, after I started watching the show a little more religiously, I started to love the characters, of course. And like I said, at first I was on Team Zim. I just felt sorry for him. He seemed like, you know, this little underdog, sent to this, you know, weird planet, you know, and he's all alone, he's by himself, except for Gurr, just trying to make it, you know, and I was really rooting for the little guy. And Dib at first seemed kind of mean to him, you know, kind of like a bully almost. But, and Dib, to me, he's not, I love him to death, but he's not an instantly likable character, I don't think. At least not in the first few episodes. where he came off kind of mean to Zim. And I had really watched the show for a while before he really grew on me and became my favorite, because I realized that he gets bullied just as much as Zim. And the reason he's so desperate to catch Zim, and the reason he bullied him in the first place, is because he just wants people to believe him so badly about all the paranormal stuff. And maybe he didn't take the best approach, but Zim did turn out to be evil in his own way, so I guess we can kind of forgive him for that. But it changed for me really when I saw Room with a Moose. That episode was just, it's hard for me to watch. It's heartbreaking because they were so mean to him in that episode. And I realized when I was watching that, oh my god, this poor kid, he gets made fun of and bullied just as much, probably way more than Zim or anybody. So, and here's the difference to me between Dib and Zim. Dib, I feel more sorry for him because he does get made fun of a lot, and, you know, he knows he's a loser, and he knows that people don't like him, and he really, I don't know that it bothers him, but it's, just that, you know, he knows that he's a loser, he knows that he's not liked, he knows that he's not popular, he knows that people think he's crazy. Zim doesn't really think that about himself. He doesn't really have that problem. He thinks he is the hottest little shit in the entire universe. So he really doesn't have as much, you know, of a sympathy factor, I guess you could say, because Zim thinks he's just the greatest thing ever. Dib, not so much. He knows that people don't really care for him, and he's just so determined to prove himself, and if I was treated that badly, I would be too. And I would probably go about it the wrong way. Sometimes. Because sometimes he does seem like he harasses these, paranormal creatures. Like when he was chasing that Bigfoot baby with the camera. He was younger then, but you get what I'm talking about, right? So yeah, I just think that's the difference between Dib and Zim for me. Poor Dib gets made fun of and treated very cruelly. And he just kind of realizes that he is this big loser. Zim, not so much. Zim thinks he's pretty awesome, so... I mean, I hate to think of the day when he finally finds out, if he'd ever get it through his thick head, that, you know, his mission's like fake and everything. And it's all a lie, because then I would probably feel pretty sorry for him. But then I would hope he would team up with Dib and, like, go overthrow the tallest. And see, I wouldn't mind them being, like, teaming up on the show eventually and just going to overthrow the Empire, and that would be how I would end the show. But then they would kind of just return to Earth again in the end and just keep sort of chasing each other around. I think that's just the foundation of the show. I think that's why everyone likes the show. I think that's why people watch the shows, to see them do their little Tom and Jerry routine. So that would be how I would probably end the show. And maybe that's how the comic will end. We'll see what happens. Oh, my kitty's asleep. And she's snoring. Can you believe this? I have a cat that snores. It's because I feed her too much and she just kind of like passes out. Okay, almost done. I think my camera's not going out on me either, so we might actually finish this here. And alrighty, it looks like we have our human tuck. Not too bad, if I do say so. You know what, maybe I'll do a little bonus. I'll do a little Mimi right here, because goddamn, I love Mimi. I'm not good at Mimi, so if I screw this up... And it's really stupid, though, because Mimi's like really easy to draw, but... Mimi is a kitty is just awesome. You know what it is? Trying to get the shape of her head right. It's kind of challenging. Let's see. Tech's gotta have Mimi with her, you know? You know, everyone always draws her like this, but I have a feeling if she ever did return to Earth anyway, she would be smart enough to have a different disguise. Since everyone already knows what she looks like in this one. And how hard would it be to change that hologram? Oh, that looks terrible. I always make it too round. She ends up looking like a little pointy beach ball thing. So yeah, I think if she ever came back, she would definitely probably be smart enough to have a different disguise. And, you know, it's weird, but I kind of like think of like human tech and Aaaaand tech as two different beings. I kind of make this weird distinction. Maybe that's the whole point, because her disguise is supposed to be like so good, whatever. But it's like they're different to me. Human tech doesn't work as well for me as Aaaaand tech. Well, I actually like better, because Aaaaand tech you kind of expect to be crazy and insane and loud and you know, kind of like Zim. Human tech is just a little too cool for me, a little too, again, that whole Mary Sue thing, this perfect thing. So if we're gonna go with anything, I would say I like Aaaaand tech better. Again, it's a weird distinction to make, but there you go. And there's my really bad attempt at Mimi. I'm so sorry I ruined this video for you. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll make it up to you by showing you a picture of my cat sleeping. Well, alright folks, there's my Tack and Mimi. In their little disguises. Ta-da! And I hope you enjoyed that little video, and I hope that helps you draw them a little bit better. So sorry about that bad Mimi. And here's my kitty. Lucy! She's like a passed out girl at a frat party. So I will leave you with that, and thank you for watching, everyone. See you later. Bye.